What does this docket mean to me? I think first, it's a new challenge, but secondly, I see that the appointing officer has seen growth, that I have grown, and worthy to handle more than he gave me at first. When he gave me science, technology, and innovations, a small docket, very interesting, really, really interesting, but it was almost non-existent because he opened a new office and I've been able to build it up and bring it up to the public. And so this appointment for me is a vote of confidence from the appointing authority, and so I step really in this role with a lot of confidence. It also means that I have to take on bigger responsibilities because this sector has over 4,000 employees. It has multiple leaders, and it is also a sector that is in the face of every Ugandan. You know, to grow the economy, you can't grow the economy without energy. Energy in form of electricity, energy in form of fuel. You cannot move the economy anywhere. And especially at this time, it's a very sensitive time, and it's a time that have become very, very connected and tightly attached. I'm one of those people who take the tenfold growth of the economy personal. As long as I'm in a position of responsibility, or even as an individual, every day I'm asking myself, what is going to be my contribution to the tenfold growth, to the leap of the economy, to the transformation, to creation of jobs, to growing to the $500 US GDP. And so this positions me still in the 4 growth sectors, and the growth sectors which are commonly known as ATMs, agro-industrialization. It requires electricity. Without electricity, we shall continue selling raw materials. We will not add value to give our nation better value. Tourism cannot move without electricity, without power. You know, travelers use fuel, but also electricity reaching everywhere that they need. Minerals development needs electricity. It is really, really depends on a huge amount of electricity for us to add value to the minerals. Then when we go to the other end, movement, transportation, depends on affordable fuel. And now we have 2 modes of powering movement. That's the electric vehicles, they require electricity. And then the internal combustion engines, they require fuel. And you need to get affordable petrol, affordable diesel. It also means that I'm going to be the minister to lead Uganda into production of our first oil. Getting our oil, we have taken so long because we have been very careful to bring out this oil. So I'll be responsible to make sure that we bring the oil out and begin to harness the value, including overseeing the setup of a refinery so that Ugandans can use their own. But also it has been talked about that Uganda is heavily endowed with minerals. The minerals are largely still in the ground. There are some minerals like gold that we are trying to beneficiate, but we are not completing the value chain as the president expects. So completing to the quantification of the minerals that we have underground, making sure that we build the capacity to remove these minerals from the ground and bring them to give us the money, the value addition to these minerals to create the final products. We are now in the age of the artificial intelligence, the AI industrial revolution. And any nation which does not get into the manufacturing of what goes into AI is not going to, that nation is not going to catch up. That nation is not going to grow. That nation is not going to build its economy properly. So Uganda, since we are lucky to have these things, We want to make sure that we get our lithium, get it into the batteries, we get our silicon, and start to enter the making of semiconductors, and making sure that we are in that electronic manufacturing, the getting of our copper, the getting of our cobalt, the rare earth minerals, and I'll make sure that I really play my role to bring this wealth out. And then science, technology, and innovation, including ICT. All these need power. We have wanted to put up a lot of data centers in the country. We can't set them up without electricity. So the overseeing of planning the generation of energy, the transmission of energy, the distribution of energy to places where industrialization is going to take place. Because socioeconomic transformation is going to be preceded with a certain amount of industrialization and industrial development. If you do not develop the industries, it's going to be difficult to transform the people from the current agrarian subsistence and peasant level lifestyles into modern society as envisioned in Vision 2040. So this appointment is not only very important to me as a person, as I've been given this opportunity to make a contribution to my nation, but it is also very critical in the journey of our nation, because we are just on that runway for us to have the qualitative leap. So this is really a continuation of science, technology, and innovation, but in a more applied way. So what it means is that I have been sent to complete the value chain of at least one segment of what I've been working on, such that I bring that to the people. It begins to create jobs. It begins to solve real problems. And I feel really honored to be trusted to do this. This sector, that's why I'm saying you have to complete the journey. You are completing the journey because science begins as an idea, but it has to touch a consumer. Now, here I have jumped ahead. I've jumped ahead. This is a very, very visible sector. The moment power goes off, people's pain immediately rises. The people who are children who are studying, the doctor who was carrying out surgery, the home people who are watching football, they are watching Man U. Some people might be watching Arsenal, some few people, but the majority will be watching Man U. And the industrialist who is running an industrial process. So it ranges right from the very person down. Somebody walking down the street is going to make the difference between being robbed and what. So this is a sector where you are touching people's lives directly. Of course, as I begin the sector, my first issue will be to understand the challenges. You see, when you just see power is going off, it's easy for you as a customer. You don't want that. Now, for me as a responsible person, I have to find out, why has it gone off? What went wrong? How do I correct it? And how do we protect you from such future instances? There are lots and lots of technical people whom I'm going to be working with. What I want to say is I'm going to do my best. I will be doing my best. It may not be instant because I will first have to understand where the issues are. But I'm committing to making sure that over the first 3 months in office, I'll work with the people who are there. We understand. As I've kept telling you, I'm a technical minister. So I'll work with the technical team and will innovatively solve some of these challenges. I will come back to the people in about 3 months to really give a firm promises, because I will have understood, we'll have talked together, will have agreed with my fellow leaders, will have agreed with the technical people that over the next 3 months, we shall be thinking really deep. We are going to work extremely hard to try and address the issues. But what I know is that we are going to do our best. And the focus is to address the things which touch the person down there. The things that somebody might just have one bulb in their house, but they want it on. Let them have the choice of switching it on and not switching it on and switching it off. So that is going to be the common goal for all of us. The exact journey that we are going to walk to get there, I will come back to the public and give you the promise after understanding what's going on in this sector.